Hey folks, Todd at Freedom Fighter Tactical. Welcome to the latest Freedom Fighter Tactical status of business and inventory update. Let's get started right now. Yeah, hey folks, Todd at Freedom Fighter Tactical. Welcome to my channel. We have been the leader in Benelli M4 parts and accessories since 2008. I mean, what is that, going on 17 years, something like that? It's crazy. It's been a long time. Proud to do it. We have more parts and accessories than anybody else for the Benelli M4. It's what we have done and thrived on. You guys have responded over the years. Thank you so much for your kindness and your support. You can reach me at the phone number on the website. You can email me through the website on the contact page. There's a little text feature blurb option on the website. You can reach me there, or you can text me at the phone number on the website. You do reach me each and every way. So if you have a question, feel free to reach out and chat with me, whichever way you prefer. What's going on here at Freedom Fighter Tactical? Well, we have got, of course, this is election week. You know, there's not going to be any shipping or deliveries on Tuesday, although they'll probably ship. I have a big bin at my post office, so I'll probably still do a pack and ship and throw everything in the bin, even if they're not processing them on Tuesday. I can still load up the bin, so, you know, every day I should be shipping this week. You won't be getting deliveries tomorrow, being Tuesday, election day. Let's hope for the best outcome here. Folks, if we don't get a good outcome, you better be arming up your stuff quick and getting everything the way you want it, just in case. It will be the most radical anti-gun administration in the history of this country, and who knows what's going to be going on. So you definitely want to have your stuff together. So if there's any such thing as grandfathering in, you're grandfathered in. Of course, I'm sure that this administration will make sure that nothing gets grandfathered in. Let's hope for the best tomorrow. You guys have already been responding with putting your guns together. I think it's been a brilliant idea to go ahead and get stuff together just in case. Here at Freedom Fighter Tactical, packing and shipping lots of stuff. I haven't been doing the videos just because I've been so darn busy with the pack and ship. You guys have been ordering off the hook, and there hasn't been like extreme news. When we went through the beginning of COVID, I was less prepared for that kind of panic buying, and this time around I'm more prepared. So we have been in moments where we're running out of stuff, but we've also been in moments where we're replenishing the things that were run out. So, but there are some things that are getting low, and starting with one of the items that's got the most pressure, the oversized bolt release button in both NP3 and black. Those are getting low right now. Titanium finish 7, all the steel, all the tubes, titanium, steel, NP3 coated steel, and yeah, I think that's it. They're all, I mean, you guys are going through them. It's one of the staples. It's one of the first things you all are getting. The followers are getting low, particularly just the red, and then the 70054V, the vintage throwback model that we did. You guys have really taken a liking to those, and those have been going right out the door. By the way, in this video, I'm trying to do this video quick today, so I'm not going to be putting pictures of the parts in the videos as I usually do. This is kind of going to be a quick get in, get out, because I've got a lot of packing to do. It's been a busy weekend. Beretta Shorty followers are getting low. Folks who have the 1301 and are having problems getting the 7th round into the gun, we made the Shorty follower to help address that. It should clear it up for about 100% of you, but there's always going to be somewhere that it doesn't clear it up. So you can't make something that's 100% guaranteed for everybody in every imaginable situation, but the Shorty follower should pretty much eliminate any problem with your 1301 getting the 7th round into the mag tube. Trigger kits getting low, NP3 and black. You guys are just, I mean, and those are not quick. We cannot make those quickly. So when they're out usually for a substantial amount of time. Recoil tubes in both the assemblies and the kits, and even the tube by itself. You guys are going through those. I guess everybody's buying the, and you know, I've told you, if you're going to find a gun out there, find one that has the stock that is a skeletonized stock, but if you can find one that collapses, that's great. If not, buy the one that doesn't collapse and get the recoil tube. And you guys have been listening to that. I've been saying that for years. Get the one with the stock that's non-functioning, because then all you need is the recoil tube. And, even though sometimes recoil tubes are tough to get or expensive or whatever, it's not nearly as hard as the stock itself. So, the tubes are always under big pressure. Flashlight mounts, you guys have about cleaned me out on those. I have not started my next batch of those, but you guys have cleaned me out. It is what it is. I try to make enough for everybody, but it's hard to gauge demand on things like that. And they were expensive to make those things too. So, I didn't do as large of an order as I would have liked, but now I've got a better feel on what the demand actually is on them. Collapsible stocks. I have both the American made and I have the Benelli made. The Benellis are about $300 less than the American made. It's been interesting. There's some discussion on the internet. I've even had competitors that say that the price, $900, is absurd for a collapsible stock. I don't disagree with that. It is. It's high. I mean, it seems crazy, but that's what it costs to make the American made one. So it's either you don't offer it or you offer it at the price that it needs to be. And interestingly enough, they're selling 3-to-1 against the Benelli original ones that are $300 less. I can't even believe it. So, people out there who say it's absurd or it's crazy or no one's going to pay out, I guess you just don't know the market very well. And quite honestly, I don't even know that, as long as I've been in it 18 years and I'm still learning things about the market, because if you would have told me 5 months ago that the American-made stocks at $900 would sell 3-to-1 against the Benelli OEMs for $300 or $400 less, I would have told you that's crazy. That's just the reality of the numbers. 3-to-1, folks, it's crazy. But they're beautiful and they're gorgeous and people want them. So, it is what it is. But they are getting low and I have to make those myself. So, if we get bad results in the election tomorrow and all of a sudden I get hammered with orders on those things, one, I'm going to run out of them really quick. And two, because I have to put them together, my typical ship the next day, which is what I usually do for you guys, because I have to build them, you might end up waiting a week or two for me to actually get yours shipped if I'm building those every day, all day. So keep that in mind when you place an order. But, one of my hallmarks here at Freedom Fighter is to get things out the door to you as fast as I can. Let's see here. I don't have any news on the LimSaver butt pads. Actually, it just reminds me, my notes just reminded me that I need to contact LimSaver and find out where we are on those. We've dialed in what we need to do. We're just not sure how we're going to do it. And it comes down to, is LimSaver going to actually just machine out that hole and just do that with ones that are already made, or are they going to make a fixture that allows that hole to be created there when they make a new batch? So I think they're trying to decide on that, but we're going to have those as well at some point for you guys. Folks, I'll probably do a video. I actually sent a letter to the ATF, an email actually. I sent an email to the ATF. On the ATF website is a portal where you can send an email with legal questions. And I can't find my letter. I know what I did. I actually have seen it in the last year somewhere in my home office. But and I am a stickler for detail and organization. But I've probably came across that letter going through some important documents and set it to the side with plans to make a video and everything, and I set it to the side and I stuck it somewhere so I wouldn't forget where it is. And now I've forgotten where I've stuck it to the side. So I sent, and this letter would be like 20 years old, 15, 20 years old by now, when I first sent a letter to the ATF about 922R and the Benelli M4 shotgun. There's a lot of talk on the internet. I'm a member of a bunch of the forums and I'm a member of, Facebook groups and stuff. And there's a lot of noise right now from people who are saying a number of things. One, they're saying that 922R only applies to importers. That is simply not true. If you go and read the code sections and all the law involving 922R, and all that's on my 922R page, it clearly says no person shall build, or something along that line. No person shall. It does, and then there's some exceptions. And there's not exceptions for the end user. It's not just an import law. You're being misled by people on the internet. If you're reading these things on Facebook or on the forums or whatever, and people say, oh yeah, that's just an import law, that's just flat out not true, okay? It's just flat out not true. I also want you to understand something. One of the lies that these people say is that merchants like me drum up hysteria in order to scare you into buying more parts. That's never been the case. Find videos, go through all my videos in my entire YouTube collection, and they're all public, and find any where I'm trying to scare people into thinking the ATF's gonna bang down your doors or they're gonna fly a helicopter to your house or anything like that. I've never once said that. In fact, I always tell people, you know, the odds are very low that you would ever have a problem with this under any circumstances. I mean, it really is one of those things that to be in trouble with this would be quite shocking, actually. And I've said it over and over and over. Yet these guys on the internet love to say, oh, Todd at Freedom Fighter scares the hell out. That's just simply a flat out lie. It's a lie. I don't try to scare anybody into doing anything. The only thing I do is urge caution because it is a felony. Your gun rights are in jeopardy if you happen to be the person that it becomes an issue for. It's unnecessary trouble when for about $400 you can eliminate the problem. That's always how I've framed it. That's how I believe it. I've said it for like 17 or 18 years, yet we have clowns that say that I'm scaring the shit out of everybody. It's just simply not true, but it does apply to everyone. And I want a new ATF letter just because I framed my questions in a fashion that it's similar to the way people are talking about it on the internet. So if somebody says, well, it's only an import law. So that's one of the questions I asked the ATF. Is this only an import law? When the gun's already here, do I have to worry about 922R? I want the ATF to answer the question specifically how these people on the internet are framing their position. So that way it can be explained. And you know what, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but I know I'm not wrong. I've got a long history in dealing with gun law, and I know I'm not wrong. I mean, I know that. I know that these people are. It's not just an import law. It applies to everybody. It applies to everyone. And yeah, they are correct in that the odds are high that you don't have to worry about it. But I'm really shocked that there's so much just blatant disregard for people following the law. There's people even using their real screen names, like on Facebook, talking about, oh, you don't have to worry about that. None of the parts are stamped, so how could they ever prove it? Well, that might actually be true, and there's some merit to that. But you're still encouraging people to break the law. I mean, it's crazy. And who wants to be put in a position to have to try to figure out and explain anything? It's a lot easier just to have things that are already stamped or have your receipt that shows that you got American-made parts and put them on the gun and here's where they are just in case. But there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. And another thing that these people always say is, yeah, the only people that talk about that are the merchants that are selling you their parts so they can scare you into buying their stuff. No, if you go on YouTube and type in 922R, you're going to find hundreds of videos from people, even like Iraq Veteran 8888 and Such, I think his name is Such or Scooch, Yankee Marshall. There's all sorts of people talking about 922R with Benellis and AK-47s and all sorts of guns and talking about 922R and explaining it. It's not just merchants that are trying to sell you parts. It's 922R is out there, folks. And it's not just me talking about it, and it's not just guys who want to sell you stuff talking about it. So, the guys on the internet clearly have an axe to grind. If anybody tries to talk any common sense 922R on any of these forums, they're immediately slammed and trashed and downgraded or downvoted or disliked or I've had people come on my YouTube channel and leave comments about how they would, they were on a forum somewhere and they started talking about 922R with the SKS and people really jumped their shit. I mean, look, it's fine. It's never going to end. But, if you are interested in owning this gun in a legal capacity, don't listen to all these people. Don't listen to them. I'm a member of the California State Bar, okay? It would be unethical for me to lie to you. That's another thing. People are like, oh yeah, he intentionally lies. No, I don't, okay? I'm explaining to you exactly what the ATF told me. in an email or a letter that I got 15 years ago. I explained to you the same thing that hundreds of other videos on YouTube explain to you about 922R. This has been common knowledge for many, many, many years about 922R. And suddenly, you know, there's 10 or 12 guys sprinkled across the internet who just aren't going to have it. And they're going to go on and on about how, oh, the gun's already here, you don't have to worry about it. That's just a load of crap, folks. I mean, you know, believe that at your peril, but that's a load of crap. And I'm hoping the ATF responds to the email. About 7 years ago, I sent, I don't know, 10 or 12 letters, written letters to the address in West Virginia that I have on my website on the 922R page that I've provided for you guys, which is the same address that I used when I sent my original letter about 15 or 20 years ago. But I sent, I don't know, 10 or 12 letters, individual letters. And one of them was about the M3, and one of them was about the M2, and one of them was about the M1, and one of them was about the Super Black Eagle. And, you know, I was trying to get information on all these guns. They didn't respond to one of them. So, and it's been about a week since I sent the email for 922R and the Benelli M4, since I sent the email through their website. And I haven't had a response yet. So I'm hoping that they give me some sort of response. I actually have connections at the ATF. And if I have to go that route, I will. But we'll see what happens. But trust me, folks, while the odds of you being in trouble over 922 are practically zero, it is out there. It does apply to you. It's not just an import law. That's not true. It does apply to you. It does, you know, the part count and all that. It's a bunch of nonsense. I don't like it either. But it's real, okay? It's real, and you know, you can listen to the guys on the internet all you want. They're wrong, okay? Guaranteed. Anyway, folks, be safe. Let's hope for good results tomorrow. We've got the election. Hope you are voting. Folks in North Carolina, I hope you are doing well. I mean, I'm watching the devastation on social media, seeing what's going on there, or watching the cleanup of the devastation, and a lot of patriots there in the South, in Tennessee and North Carolina and Northern Georgia. You know, I pray for all you and your families, and a lot of good people over there. You know, the kind of people that really make this country work. I've seen a lot of them in the videos, and they've been wiped out. And the attitude that they have moving forward and cleaning up the mess and pushing on is incredible, and it's inspiring, and it's a lot to be proud of. Folks, you know, all the first responders, everybody out in the military, best to you and your families, always prayers. Thank you for your service. Folks, I will see you in the next video. Let's hope for a good result tomorrow. Take care and be safe.